show you how to make my absolute favorite recipe, Mexican quinoa. Now, I am not a cook. I don't like to cook really. So give me an easy recipe, something that I can follow, easy with like ingredients that I kind of have in my house already. So if you like Mexican and you like quinoa, you probably would really like this recipe. This is 1-pan Mexican quinoa. So I just printed it off. I have it in my recipe book. Yeah, I'm just gonna follow it. Say hi. Okay, so I already have some oil in here, a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna take some garlic now. Again, easy, minced garlic. I'm just gonna throw some minced garlic in there. Then I'm gonna get my spoon out here. Thumbs down. Sometimes my burner ends up being too much. Okay. Kind of get that going a little bit. Then I'm going to take now. It calls for jalapeno. I don't really actually like it too spicy, so I don't really add the jalapeno. A cup of quinoa. My quinoa. Okay. Or I like to buy organic. Now, this calls for a cup of vegetable broth. It's not something I always buy. So, but I do have better than bouillon, and you can make your own broth. So I'm just kind of like frosting or diluting that down. Okay, so, and that's not vegetable broth, it's beef broth, but they're pretty similar. And this I'm just gonna mix together. Then I'm gonna add my black beans. Okay, they have to be drained, just 1 can. Again, simple, easy, something I've had in my cupboard. Then I'm gonna add, okay, then I add my tomatoes. These are diced tomatoes. Now again, to add a little spice, because I didn't put the jalapeno in, I buy Rotel. So it's like, or any kind of brand, it's just diced tomatoes with chilies in it. And this one's more on the mild side. Turn this up a little bit. Mixing that in. Then this one calls for 1 cup of corn, frozen, canned, roasted, whatever. So I usually have frozen corn, so that will go in. 1 cup of that. Then now some spices. So spices is chili powder. This is where I'll measure. Sometimes I don't really measure, kind of eyeball it, especially if I've made it a few times, but this one I kind of want to measure. So chili powder, and then it's cumin. And I actually really like cumin. So I add maybe just a little bit more. So this calls for a half. So I'm gonna put a little bit more than a half in there. And I gotta just mix them all up. What else do I have here? Did I miss anything? Okay, and that is it right there. Okay, so now I'm just mixing them up, letting everything cook together, and then I'm gonna cover this. I guess about 20 minutes or so, and kind of let this cook. So I'm just gonna show you. I'm going to show you what I've got so far. Let me turn you around. Oh, hopefully you can see. I can't turn you around. So, there it is. So I'm going to let it cook in that. I'm going to cover it, let it cook, let the quinoa soak up all the juices, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is done now. And I forgot to mention you could add salt and pepper too. But remember, you have the broth in there, so you don't want to add too much salt. Or you can just add it later when you're eating it. Okay, so now it's completely cooked, and I'm just going to add juice of a lime, the whole entire lime. Help me, Caitlin? I'm going to squeeze the lime. Okay. I'm trying to squeeze it. over the pan. Got it? That's hard. Okay. A whole entire lime. Then cilantro. So, again, easy. We went things easy. I just take this big bunch of cilantro. I crumple it together. And I just start, ooh, didn't quite make it in the pan. I just start like cutting off the little ends here with my scissors. And I like cilantro. You could actually omit this if you don't like cilantro. Right, Caitlin?
What does that mean?
Omit, not put it in. But I like cilantro, so I'm gonna add it in there. Some people, I find that people like either hate cilantro or they love it. There's no like in between. It's like, it's alright. Either some people just hate it or they love it. So I'm one of those. I really like it.
I can think of it.
Well, eating it, go ahead, eat it. Plain like that, I wouldn't eat it like that. I'll put it in stuff.
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it, really?
It doesn't taste like mushrooms. Mushrooms is like
Mushrooms. Okay, and then I'll just maybe let that cook. Or just sit in the heat, you know, a little bit. The heat's off already.
It tastes like Daddy's pico de gallo.
Oh yeah, well you put cilantro and pico de gallo. Yep.
That's what it tastes like.
Okay. There we have it.
That was good.
Okay, there it is. So super easy. You can eat this the way it is. I've actually made it with stuffed peppers. Put it in stuffed peppers. My kids will eat it sometimes with...
It gets spicy.
Yeah, you eat it with what? Chips sometimes. And tortillas. Put it in tortillas. You can add meat if you want. I like it plain as plain can be, just like this.